Yeah, for now, this is the extent of my decorating. Hey guys, good evening. It is Monday, the 9th of December, and today I decided just for laughs to do a quick video showing what I do when I warm up and I actually have time to practice. So tonight actually was a good night. I didn't have to stay and do my usual 12 hours at the hospital where I work. So what I'm gonna do, I gotta get some dishes cleaned up and do some housework. And then I'm gonna take you on a little tour of how I rehearse and what I do when I practice. So if you are new and you don't know who I am, my name is Adrian McGrady. I'm a flutist based out of upstate New York. If you like this video, please drop a like, share this, and subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so as I have a performance in Florida, I'm going to be showing you what I'm going to be doing with all of my flutes. So I'm going to show you what I do to warm up on each and every one of them. I will show you the repertoire, and then we will go directly from there. is set up. So what I'm actually going to do is start at the lowest end and make my way up. I'm gonna actually first start with alto, show you what I do, go through all of my scales, go through my warm-ups, and show you how I warm up on that instrument. And I'll do that with every other instrument as well. So I think like I said, I'll start with alto, then I'll go to bass and contra, concert flute, and then piccolo. So here's what I do. Okay, so the first exercise I'm gonna do with Sasha here, we're gonna do is a tone development exercise. This is again in Chris Potter's Alto Flute Methods book. I'll put a link below in the description box below where you can get this. So here's what this sounds like. Now that last part you don't really have to do. I just went down because my flute can go down to that low F sharp, but I'm starting with this because I haven't had my alto in a while. My embouchure and especially that low D has not been coming out, so I'm just playing around with this first and then I'm moving on to the other instruments. So this is the tone exercise. You can do this both on the low register and the high register, but you just want to make sure you first go no vibrato the first time because you do repeat. So no vibrato the first time, second time vibrato on the last note. This is in 4/4, and on the last measure before you go on to the next exercise, it's a fermata over a dotted half note, and you hold it. So you'll see, and I'll show you a picture of that. Hold on. Okay, guys. So here is the tone exercise in the Alto Flute Methods book. This is what it looks like. Oh, come on, autofocus. This is what it looks like. And so Christine Potter. So right here, this is all of the tone development. So like I said, first time through, no vibrato. And then when you get to this last note with the quarter rest and the fermatas, put some vibrato on this. This is what I do. So I play around with it. One time I'll go through all no vibrato, the entire thing, but then the next time I do this again, I do vibrato on the last one. And you can do this both in this register and in the upper register as well. And throughout, you're gonna be doing things with this in the higher register. It does have some excerpts in it as well. You have, I believe there's tonguing, low register, tonguing in the low register, there's articulation. You have double tonguing and triple tonguing. You'll have a little bit of everything in this book. All right, now on to the next one. All right, so this next exercise I'm going to do on both bass and contra. I'm gonna first start with bass and then I will go directly to the contra. Okay, so in this book, this is the exercise that I was doing. So starting with the bass, then moving to contra. Now, as you can see right here, if you do not have a low B on your bass, you are free to skip this measure to this measure to make it easier on yourself. This will be, you'll do the entire thing if your bass and or contra has a low B. Contra, it's always gonna have a low B. Your bass flute, that's optional. Now, there are gonna be some spots where you have to shift your hand, especially your right hand, in a weird way, but she gives you a little tip. Take a little oil from behind your ear, which will help you slide your pinky finger along. A lot of these exercises, especially here, are going to work on your pinky dexterity. And again, throughout this book, same thing as with the Alto book, you've got articulation, you've got high register work, you've got harmonics, breath control, which is going to be one of the biggest things, especially playing these two flutes, is your breath control. So take a look at this book. And again, I will put this in the description box. All right, now I'm going to go with an oldie but goodie, the Taffanel Gaubert book. Okay, so we're all familiar with the Taffanel Gaubert book. This is on exercise number 2. This is like the minor version of this. Before that, there is the major version. I don't know why, but I always start with the minor. But obviously, for those of you who are familiar with it, then oldie but goodie number 4. I remember having to memorize this, but this was a fun one to do. I'll have to play with this one later. Would you autofocus? And sorry for the stains on my book. This is an old book. Unfortunately, the front cover ripped off, but I've had this for a while and I am glad to have had this in my arsenal. If you don't have this, I will put a link in the description below of where you can get this book. Okay, and of course, last but not least, as far as my warm-up is concerned, we have the Piccolo. So these two books, again, I will link in the description box below where you can get these. When I say it starts from the basics, it starts from the basics. So let me give you an example of what I do in these books, in both these books, in book 1 and in book 2. both book 1 and book 2 side by side. So for book 1, which is this one, this was a warm-up exercise, just going with whole notes. And throughout this book, like it was with with C flute, everything from alto, bass, and contra, you have articulations, you've got excerpts, you've got traditional tunes, you've got articulation. Actually, the articulation is more in book 2. So you'll have exercises like this, but as you can see up top, these are the exercises that they want you to do. So so normally what they say, try everything legato, keeping it slurred. So start it tongued, then slurred, slur 3, tongue 1, slur 3, slur 2, tongue 2, slur 2, and everything else in between. So again, description box below, I'll show you where to get these books. So that's all as far as my warm-up. After I do that and I'm secure in everything that I want to do as far as my warming up and I feel warmed up, that's when I jump into repertoire. I really should get back into doing my etudes. I know I need to, I just have been so bad about doing that. But let me show you a bit of the repertoire that I'm doing this year for this performance in March. All right guys, so here is the repertoire I'm working on for this upcoming performance, So my opener is going to be the Metamorphosis Suite by Mr. Arturo Rodriguez. I will put a link below where to get this piece. This one will be done on C flute, Piccolo, and Alto flute. Then a song without words by Mr. Richard S. Williams. This will be done on concert flute. Una nota sacra. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is going to be done on contrabass. I will be doing variations on Willow Tree. This is a solo alto flute piece. And then one piece that I did for a bass flute competition, which is Mario Levisa's Lamento. And then I will be closing out my program with a piece I found online. This is Autumn in Homeland by Inez Rosman. Now, again, I apologize for how bad this music looks. When I tell you I've been writing on this and been working on this music like crazy, I have been working on this like crazy. And I cannot wait for you guys to see the end product of this performance. Okay, you guys, so that is all for tonight. So what I'm actually gonna do now is warm up a little bit more on each instrument, and then I'm going to run all my pieces top to bottom. Also, if you follow me on Facebook, I just uploaded some new photos. Go check those out. But again, if you like this video, please drop a like, drop some comments, share it, subscribe to my channel. I'm excited for what's coming in 2025. I cannot wait. Thank you guys for joining me for tonight. Actually, I'll put a link to my previous video either here or there. You'll see it somewhere at the end, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good night, and I will talk to you later.